Take three. Take three.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Little
little
star, how I
I
wonder what
wonder
you
what
are.
you
Okay.
are up above
Of
the
the world so
world.
high.
Hey everyone, I'm Cameron Gonzalez,
I'm Cameron Goodman.
and welcome to the CamSquared podcast where we talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Today we're going to be talking about episode 4, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So buckle up.
Yeah, this episode starts with a flashback to Wakanda 6 years ago with Bucky getting the Winter Soldier activation words removed from his mind. And this
Yeah,
takes place like right before Infinity War.
I for one. Wait, no, not right before. He was there for 2 years, wasn't he?
Yeah, but 6 years ago, this Falcon and the Winter Soldier is
Oh, wait, it takes place
24.
a year. It takes place a year before Infinity War.
Okay, a year before Infinity War.
Ta-da!
I for one was a little bit mad at the scene because I wasn't trying to feel emotional for 3 minutes in. And I don't. Sebastian Stan's a good actor. Sometimes you're forgetting Marvel hires good actors because the plot lines are kind of light on occasion, and then they'll be like, "Boom, pretend that you have intense trauma," and then they do it, and you're like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, I was like, his acting was really good in this scene. The scene was very intense and powerful. And I also noted that when she says homecoming, it shows him like seeing Steve in the Winter Soldier, like when they first
Does
met.
it
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Oh.
it does when it says
Oh,
homecoming.
the Winter Soldier theme fades in and out during that part, like the screaming stuff, like it fades in and out, and then it stops.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
I'm like,
But yeah, you can just see like all the relief and pain like on his face. I was just like, dang, Sebastian, that was great. That was really good. Yeah,
how the
that's my
fuck
man.
people cry on command like that? How do you cry on command? Not even like a tear, like ooh, like full on ugly, pinched up face crying. How do you do that? Um. Oh yeah. So.
I mean, actors have something they channel
Hmm?
usually.
Do you think they're talking
I
about
said
the?
actors like have something.
Do they be thinking about like real life situations? Because that's really.
Yeah, I mean, for example, that scene when Sirius Black dies in Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe's like grandma had like died that like same day or something. So I mean, he channeled all that for that scene, and that's why it's silent. That's why that scene is silent because it was that real. Anyways,
I'm a G.
just going off what you were saying last episode when you were like Bucky's gonna ask Io if he can come back to Wakanda. I said I think it's fair to say Bucky is not welcome in Wakanda anytime soon.
I'm gonna be reading physical notes today, so that's why I'm doing this. Why did I write this? Oh, okay. This was Zemo is Bucky is using. It's along what you were saying. Bucky is using Zemo as a means to an end. So like a running theme in this is like how when can you justify the means? And obviously the Wakandans are like, this means is stupid. You need to stop. You can't let Zemo out under any circumstances. What the fuck's wrong with you? But Bucky's like, look, we need him. And it's like, do you though? It's like different perspectives on the Machiavellian principles.
And yeah, they just might need Zemo because he's the only one to get information about where Donya's funeral
Madonna.
is. Yeah, I could not remember where Donya Madani's funeral is. He was giving free candy to the kids. These kids apparently never learned not to take candy from a stranger. But okay.
Honestly. I wrote that Donya Madani seems to be like another symbol. You know what I'm saying? Like Karli is a symbol for the Flag Smashers. And they're like, she's like, symbols are bad, but you're a symbol. What's his name? New Cap is a symbol for the American military. The shield's a symbol for the American military, even though I guess Steve wanted it to be something not that, but Yeah. Symbols of Machiavelli. That's the plot of this entire series. Okay. So my next note is about the graveyard conversation between Karli and that yeah, the
Number two.
hot non-Asian flag smasher. There's two. They need to stop casting hot people. Okay, anyway. So that guy, while they're at the graveyard and Carly's getting the superhero serum, he mentions that people want someone to look up to that looks like them, and it's like, yeah, Carly's a person of color. It kind of goes along with what Rhodey was saying at the beginning of the series when he was like, "We need someone else in with the shield, aka person of color, because we're yeah. What is it? Is America mostly people? How many people like?
No, girl,
No,
minority.
but I know like it's mostly white, as in like it's the percentage of all colored people combined more than
Yeah,
50%.
we are the global
Okay.
majority. People of color are the global majority.
Yeah, the global majority. What about U.S.?
No, we're a minority.
No, but because but it's like what is it like? It's like 13% black. But I'm saying is it like 13% black plus like
No,
every?
because all the other races are even less than black, I think. So 13 plus like 8 plus like 2 is still less than whatever.
Okay. The global majority is people of color. So that's what he was talking about. And then that I don't know how to say this, leads into the next point that me and Cammy have about Sam wanting to connect to her as a person of color. At least that's what I interpreted his general vibe to be.
Yeah, I was just like, as a person of color, Sam understands Karli and her cause. And that like what she's doing is like she's trying to do good for the
Yeah.
people. But like he says later, he's like, I agree with your cause, but I don't agree with how you're doing this.
Yeah, her point is valid. Her intentions are moral. Her methods are
Trash.
immoral and bad. Yeah, hot garbage. Like
I was saying that before he even spoke to Karli, he understood her. Like just talking with Zemo and Bucky, he was like she. I understand what she's doing. Like she's
yeah,
just a kid. Da, da, da. And
yeah.
Zemo was being his.
Zemo was like, she's a supremacist. Like, would Zemo even care if she didn't have the super soldier serum? Because I don't think he would. I think he just has beef with superheroes
Yeah, I
because
think his main problem is the superhero.
they
I don't know.
inadvertently got his
We'll talk
family.
about Zemo later, though. I think this might go. I have some notes about the graveyard scene as well, because that same guy said today's heroes don't have the luxury of keeping their hands clean,
Hmm.
which kind of goes with what I was saying. Like, even the Avengers have blood on their hands.
Yeah,
Like you said, theirs is more accidental, whereas Karli's was intentional when she blew up those people. But yeah, that line really stuck out to me.
yeah, lots of collateral and lots of. I mean, the whole point of Civil War, not Civil War, the Winter Soldier was that Shield wanted to put weapons in the sky, basically.
Also, in this same conversation, like the legacy of the Shield is in question this whole episode, but like kind of this whole series. That's kind of what this series is about, the legacy of the Shield.
Yeah, I have. Okay, we've seen the Shield, and I think the real world parallel to the Shield is the American flag. I feel like everything you could just swap this out for the American flag. Like the legacy of that flag is complicated. Yeah, it is. And it's, like there's people who are like, you gotta respect it and blah, blah, blah. And there's people who are like, that is really like the flag of oppressors. And then there's people in the middle. That, yeah,
That's
that's as
true.
far
And
as that. Hmm?
I said that's true. And like the flag smashers are like, we want to destroy that shit. And our legacy will live longer than that legacy, which is not true. But
You thought
they want
that.
to believe that.
I guess they're saying they're gonna win. If you win, then yeah, but you're not gonna win.
I don't know. They'll still be contributing to the legacy of the Shield, though,
Mm-hmm.
by fighting it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, then we get my notes kind of skip to Beatdown Town.
Which, oh, the
Where
Dora
the
Milaje.
yeah, where the Dora Milaje come to get Zemo.
I just said, John is back with his dumbass abrasive fucking gung ho ness.
No, I am John Walker.
Just because he's always just like, that's how he enters every scene.
He was like, okay, we're gonna arrest him. I mean, like, yeah, he should be arrested, but like, you're just irritating. And then the Dora Milaje are like, no, we're gonna arrest him. Thanks.
Before we get to the Dora Milaje, though, I did want to know, like, Karli's whole like cause is like that people were kicked out of their homes when people blip back. And my question was, why were the people who were still here during the 5 years getting kicked out of their homes? Like, it would make more sense to me that the people who got blipped back were the ones who were
or the displaced people. I don't know. Someone, Marvelous do make like a 5-minute YouTube sketch about what it was like during the blip, just so we know going forward.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's obviously like an immigration parallel. But yeah,
Is it?
No, it's like a refugee. I mean, they said they're refugees. They are refugees. It's a refugee / immigration parallel, I think.
But they're refugees because they were displaced after the blip, but it doesn't make sense if they were the people who were here when half the population was gone for them to be the people now in trouble. Like, they should.
You're right. It don't make sense.
On today's episode of We Do Not Understand the Flag Smashers at All.
Yeah, what are you doing exactly? No, I think, okay, here's what it sounded like. It sounded like so when half of everybody was gone, national borders, they didn't matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
So you were free to move about to find work or like housing, maybe. And now that everyone's came back, the borders are hard lines again. And they're like, no, you're getting deported. And you're like, deported to where? I think that might be what's going on. But
Okay, but even then, the Flag Smashers are such a mixed group. Like, Karli's British.
British.
Asian guy is Australian. It's like, how did these people even?
That guy is Latvian, apparently, because his granddad was buried in Latvia, the hot one, the hot non-Asian one. Yeah.
Hot guy number 2.
Hot guy number 2. Also, why is she British?
Stop saying British.
British. Why is she British? Because you said Donya Madani like raised her. It sounded like she was an orphan, and I was like, was this at a British orphanage?
I need Karli's background at this point. I need to know who Donya Madani was, how they knew each other, why she was so important. Like, it's just, nothing's adding up.
They got nothing about the Flag Smashers adds up. They got 2 episodes to clear all that up.
And they won't.
If WandaVision is an indication, they're gonna be like, y'all figure it out.
And then
maybe they'll explain it years down the line.
Y'all were thinking too much now.
Maybe. I don't know.
Think, but not that much.
Yeah.
Now I start talking about, after Sam and Karli's conversation, I said, John ruins everything, per usual, because they were just there vibing. They were like, yeah, we're both black. We know.
They said.
We got that connection. I mean, he barged in like, Zemo escaped, part 1. This is the first escape, this episode. And then Zemo nearly killed Karli because he's crazy like that. And I just said, why is he like this? And then he destroyed all of the serum except for one, which now John has, and we see later that he took it. Yeah.
What even happens after this? in the some other shit. What
Karli goes back to her people and she's like, "We need to kill Captain America." And I was like, "Yes, kill him."
See, that's where I'm like, kill him? Like, I know he's a dickhead, but like, just straight up murder the man, Karli? What the fuck? Oh my god. He's got a
I mean, it's obvious that they're fighting against the symbol of Captain America, so they want to kill that symbol.
Yeah, but it's like, he's a guy, Karli.
He's not a good guy, Cameron.
He's not evil. He's just an asshole. At this point, he's not evil. It's like you can't, like, I understand, like, I'm with you, but it's like the distance between what you think you're doing, killing the symbol, versus what you're actually doing, killing a human man with a life and family and people that love him, you know? So that's where me and Karli disagree. She said by any means necessary, and I'm like, no, there's some means that are not cool.
I don't condone John being killed, but I wouldn't be sad if it happened.
I mean, yeah, I'd be like, if Bucky in this next episode accidentally clocks him in the head a little too hard,
I won't cry. I might take a shot. And then this is a question that gets asked at least twice in the episode, but if you had the opportunity to take the serum, would you? And Sam said he wouldn't. Lamar was like, hell yeah. And then John obviously took it, and Bucky already has it. So my question to you is, would you take the serum if you were offered the serum?
Hell no. You don't know what it's going to do. I mean, it's like also might extend your life, and I don't really want to be here for longer than I need to be.
Damn, that's valid. I think I would.
I mean, it's like like really, what are you gonna do? It's not instant money. Money serum.
I would use my super serum powers to cause harm.
He's the super villain.
I'm self-incriminating again, so I'm gonna stop. I think I would take the serum.
Yeah, I just don't have any practical use for it.
Oh, wait.
In my life.
Never mind. I don't think I would take the serum because you can't get drunk.
Yeah.
I like to drink.
Yeah,
I'm
I do.
Not alcoholic, but it is nice to drink. So
it's nice to get a little buzz going.
A little buzz. You can't have that with the serum. So there's my last answer. No, I wouldn't, because I want to be able to get drunk.
Yes. That reason.
And then I said Zemo is a fucking hypocrite, because he hates people who in his eyes like are playing God, while he plays God by killing people who he think is playing God.
Yeah. And also he's like, the Avengers need to end. And I'm like, if the Avengers hadn't done anything that day in Sokovia, like, wouldn't have like every human died or something?
The whole world would have died.
Yeah, because you're trying to like meteor crash the city. Like, everyone would have died, Zemo. It's like, you think like,
at the same time, Tony created Ultron. So.
Yeah, okay, but Tony sucks. He doesn't count. Tony makes all the bad guys except for Thanos. He was tripping by himself. And Loki.
Hey, same time. But yeah. And then I wrote down the line, the shield or no shield, only thing you're running in here is your mouth, that Sam said to John. I was like, exactly.
And then he really tried to square up with him. Why is he? This is what I mean by John's one trigger happy MF. He was like ready to fight so quick. He's like, should I put the shield down? Boy, what the? How are you going to roll up here and try to fist fight? Like, what's that going to solve, really? But
and that's why he proceeded to get his ass beat by the Dora Milaje.
That was pretty sick.
That scene was amazing. It was also, just such happening that I love.
Here's my question. Were the Dora Milaje fighting to kill? Because there were some parts where like them spirits pointed at him. I'm like, are you gonna kill him? Because that'd be like weird. That'd be a weird, like, oh,
Great question.
I was gonna try to do an accent, but like, oh, we got the war criminal Zemo, but we also happen to kill this the new Captain America. So now I guess we're in an international incident. Like what?
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to kill. I think they were just trying to assert their power over John, and they did because like when that lady took the shield and fought him, I was like, ooh, I know he felt emasculated at that moment. And then he was like, they weren't even super soldiers. I was like,
Man felt like he was castrated. He's
very castrated. I was gonna say that goes along with what you wrote of him like having imposter syndrome. That scene was a huge wake up call for him. Like,
like,
bitch, you're not shit, even if you got that shield.
It doesn't automatically make you something, fam.
Hmm.
And I was saying Sebastian Stan has a great surprise face. Like when his arm falls off, he was like,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it's more subtle than that, but it's like he also has does a surprise face in Winter Soldier whenever his mask gets taken off.
Hmm.
That part was pretty funny. He was like, and then he like still pulls out a gun and tries to shoot him.
I also talked about him getting his arm taken off, and then to seal his fate, Io called him James. I was like, yikes, that hurt.
So we're
So,
back
like I
to
said, he is not welcome in Wakanda anytime soon.
the no more nicknames, baby boy.
And
Deputy.
I just thought it was funny in that scene when John was like, y'all don't have jurisdiction here. And then I was like, not the American saying who has
Yeah.
jurisdiction in a foreign country. It's like they have a slightly more jurisdiction than y'all just because they're here for Zemo, who killed their king. Why are you here?
Bro, literally. I was gonna say something, but the thought totally slipped my mind because I'm so sleepy. Oh, oh yeah, I was gonna say this. Imagine you get in a fight, and then after the fight, you have to pick your own arm up off the floor. That's crazy, man. That's like, damn. Oh, yeah. You just look at it, you gotta pick your own arm.
That was also quite emasculating.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit. And I was like, this boy really doesn't have an arm.
I appreciate Marvel for having armies of women. I mean, we have the Dora Milaje and we had the Valkyrie, even though we didn't really see them in work, like we know about them. And I
Yeah,
just
they're probably gonna show up and
they said, "Yay,
no, they're
women!"
dead actually. They can't show up in Thor Living Thunder.
Unless like Valkyrie like creates a new army.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. She's the queen now.
Yeah, but it's like you need were they just normal Asgardian women that were trained? I guess you could just train a bunch of Asgardian women to be the new Valkyries. Where are they gonna get those Pegasi though? Those Pegasuses.
Anyways,
You
um,
ain't going to
I don't have an answer.
where are you gonna get some more Pegasuses? Asgard blew up.
They're gonna ride regular horses. Do they need to fly? They're in Earth now.
Uh,
Who are they even fighting? Do we? Never mind. I don't know.
all right, yeah. My next note is about the holy shit moment in the show. So if you have anything before that part. Yeah.
I just have like a random thing. Like I said, now they know damn well no one is a John Walker fan asking for his autograph. Anyway. I personally wouldn't have been like, yeah, new Captain America. I'd have been like,
Just
bye.
one innocent ass woman.
Who are you?
Oh my god. She said I'm trying to get a green card.
And in that same conversation, Lamar had some pretty interesting quotes, like the power only makes a person more of themselves thing. That goes along with Zemo saying like, there hasn't been another Steve, so like my argument against the serum still stands.
Mhm.
And he also says that John knows how to make the right decisions in the heat of battle, and I was like, does he really? After
Yeah, and it sounds like, he was saying like 3 medals of honor to like remember the worst day of my life. So it sounds like he killed people that day. Either he killed people or he let too many, or had to let people die. So it's
yeah,
like,
I also went along with that. Like he knows, like even though he got a Medal of Honor from like being in the military, like he knows that he wasn't doing like what's right. Because if you ask the people from those countries where he was fighting, like, is this honorable? They'll be like, hell no. So he knows like his honor isn't like
yeah,
world.
there you go. Means justifying the ends. He like did the means, killing people or letting them die, justify the ends, whatever victory I got that day and these medals.
So
Was it
even
fun?
he starts to question himself this episode, and we
Yes.
think for a second he might turn around, but
Yeah, you thought he ate some humble pie, but no, no.
he did not. But yeah, we can go to the big holy shit moment now.
Okay, here we got, first of all, during this fight, here we should preface this. So, obviously, John comes to arrest Karli, but Karli was trying to kill him. She straight up was going to kill him. Okay, and then the hot flag smasher was holding his arms back, presumably so Karli could slit his throat. So that's how that part goes. And then something happens. Lamar tries to fight some super soldiers. First of all, boy, what are you doing?
First, Lamar, like he stopped her from killing John, and then
Okay, yeah.
stood up. That's when she punched him.
Yeah,
He
she
said,
punched him a little too hard, and then that boy died of blunt force trauma. And it's like, bitch, what are you doing? It's like, this is why Sam was like, I don't like your meat. You're too about it. You'll do anything, even if it hurts people. That guy, you just killed him. You just killed that guy. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. And while we were watching that, I said, so this is what turns John into US agent. But I said,
What's the bad guy?
hmm?
Isn't there like one like super patriot? Isn't that the bad guy?
I think they're both pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's either super patriot or U.S. agent, but either way, he's no longer Captain America. Like that, no longer. But in general,
You
I just
see that
said,
and be like, not bad press, not good press, bad optics.
yeah. In general, I just said that this was another awesome like fight scene, choreography wise, and I said I like Bucky's little knife catch, and then another knife flip. I love his little knife flips. He looked very good. And also, I said that earlier. John had said to to Bucky, like, you want his blood on your hands, like, as far as like Sam going to talk to Karli alone. And like now he has his best friend, his black best friend,
Yeah.
Lamar's blood on his hands because he
Yeah,
was.
from some decisions he made.
Mhm.
He let his partner die. And
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And then this next part, like, yeah, this is crazy. He was acting insane, but it's also like he killed the guy that tried to kill him like 3 seconds ago. But yeah, but it's like the methods: jump out a window, chase him down, bash his head in the middle of town
Crowd.
square. Yeah. Not even like a quick, not he didn't pull out a gun and go bang. He bashed his head in.
Or
Like,
decapitated him. Still unclear.
I think they would have shown a decapitation because they showed Thanos getting his head cut off. But it's like he's a purple alien, so maybe it didn't count.
True.
But this, I'm like, they're not gonna show us. And there was so much blood. There was so much blood. And it was like spraying. So I was like,
Either way, it was very gruesome.
yeah, brutally murdered the guy.
John lost his shit
And
completely.
it's like, yeah, I understand that your best friend just died, but wow, in front of children, this in front of everybody, man.
And in front of a bunch of cameras. So
Yeah.
Like the title of the episode is "The Whole World is Watching." Now the whole world is gonna see Captain America bludgeoning, bludgeoning, bludgeoning.
Bludgeon a guy to death or brutally? Which one
Yeah,
were you?
bludgeon the guy to death, basically. Just bash his head in, slash decapitate him, slash. Yeah, that was just a lot. And I
That
said,
was
it
that the.
kind of,
We'll keep going.
I said it kind of paralleled the fight scene in Civil War, just like how the shield was used, like the throwing it to knock the guy down and like catching it and then standing over him like this. Like we clearly see Cap do that to Tony, except Cap just goes to like disarming him by breaking the reactor, whereas John is like, I'm gonna murder this.
Yeah. Where Cap is angry, he'll disarm somebody. John will kill them incredibly violently in front of everybody. Anyway.
The episode ends with the shot of the blood on the shield.
Yes. So blood on the American flag. I don't know. Was this in a part you're going to cut where I was like, I think the shield is also like parallel to the American flag, just in general? Are you going to cut that part? If you are, anyway, I said it just now. The flag, the shield is a parallel to the American flag, where it's like people don't. There's no universal consensus on what it means, and the blood on the American flag, is kind of, like what people of color kind of think of it as, like, oh, this country was built on, first of all, the near annihilation of the Native Americans, both accidental because, like sickness, and then very intentional. And then it was built on the backs of Black people. So, and then, you get into like American foreign policy, all this other stuff. It's like America has a very bloody history.
And continues to have a bloody history to this day.
And apparently this version of America in the MCU also has a bloody history because there's still police brutality and all that. And also he's talking about like Afghanistan. Tony Stark was a war
weapons dealer.
A weapons dealer. So yeah, blood on the American flag, blood on the shield.
And I said the image of Captain America / America is now tainted even more than already was.
Yeah.
But definitely widespread, it's bad. But going off what you said, a lot of people on Twitter like to call like Marvel content like military propaganda. Whereas I feel like it makes me hate the military even more.
I feel like Marvel might be like, if you're gonna, first of all, I don't think it's any kind of propaganda. I think they're trying to tell. I think like they would want the creators, whoever writes these scripts and directs them, would want you to have a nuanced view of the world in general. But if you want to say it's propaganda, it's pretty anti-military, because Captain Marvel, they wouldn't let women fly, and they were getting like harassed by the pilots, by the male fighter pilots or whatever. Military used Steve as sort of just like a symbol show thing. Shield didn't tell him what was up. The military got infiltrated by Hydra. Yeah.
I never thought I never walked away like, yeah, the U.S. military not as bad. Maybe because I've always just not cared for the military, but like it definitely shows like the bad sides of the military and just like how people are bad.
Yeah,
they do bad things.
It's also like there's a whole movie dedicated to how half of the Avengers don't want to be military forces, basically.
Yeah, a weapon for the US to use how they please, basically. Or the UN, period.
Yeah, Civil War. Steve's like, I'm not gonna be motherfucking, like, I'm not a soldier in that sense. I'm just a hero. But yeah, I don't think it's military propaganda. I think whoever said that just has not seen the movies. They probably see the commercials and they're like,
yeah, and then like even Iron Man, like even though he was down to sign the Accords, like his whole purpose for like stop making military weapons was like seeing the damage they cause,
yeah,
how bad it is. So
he comes back and he was like, yeah, honestly, not this military stuff, this like weapons manufacturing is bullshit. Sorry, and we're gonna stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
Uh,
wouldn't say it's military propaganda. If you want to label it something, I would say it's more anti-military propaganda, but I don't think it's propaganda to begin with.
Valid points. Um, just to talk about the series going forward. My friend Brady messaged me the other day saying that he thought the cameo was going to be Storm, because apparently a show writer said that it was going to be something, a link between like Wakanda and something else.
I mean, Storm is friggin' T'Challa's wife in the comics.
Hmm.
Maybe. I mean, it could be a lot of people. I think like Victor Von Doom, who is, a Fantastic Four villain, he has run-ins with the Wakandans sometimes. He's from Eastern Europe. So maybe he could be Doctor Doom. Maybe he could be a member of the Fantastic Four. But I still think it's Chadwick just because. But I hope it's not because rest in power, buddy, but I can't handle seeing your face. Oh, I have an idea for how I want this show to end.
What?
I can't find it. I want Bucky to just go retire in Wakanda. He seemed to like it out there.
He's not welcome. So new plan.
They're gonna forgive him. This is what I want, not.
If I could write the show, this is what would happen.
But yeah, so Bucky goes back to Wakanda and just retires, chills or whatever, and then Sam becomes the new Captain America, but maybe not the title. He just becomes, continues to do hero stuff.
Hmm.
That's what I. Is that gonna happen? Probably not.
I have no idea how this series. I don't know where the series is heading. I don't know what's going on. I'm so lost. These Marvel TV shows are cool, but they're just making my brain hurt.
Yeah. But like I said, I just think this one's going to get a definitive ending, unlike WandaVision. Because they didn't say this. Because WandaVision, the whole time they're like, this leads directly into Doctor Strange too. So it made sense that there was some, like, not some loose ends or whatever. But this, I think they're going to be, like, it's going to be all cinched up. Hopefully.
That would make sense if they had something to cinch up though from the movies. But this is like a subplot, so at this point it's like, why does it exist?
Well, it's showing you what I think it's like happening in lieu of a movie. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like, oh, you want like this universe is still going on. And instead of doing like a 2-hour movie, why don't we do a 6-hour show to have a more intricate story? Because I mean, Loki doesn't look like that's a subplot, but it's a show.
Loki is a subplot. It shows you what happened to Loki after Endgame.
Yeah, but it looks like it has ramifications for. Did you not see I took a picture of Tom Hiddleston's Wikipedia. It said upcoming movie Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Well, yeah, that makes sense for it to lead into Doctor Strange.
Oh,
But like, I want this to lead into something. I don't want this to just
no.
be a standalone whatever project.
I think it's gonna be standalone.
I want it to matter in the grand scheme of things, which I think it will, because some theories I've seen is that the power broker is the Mandarin, and that it's gonna connect to Shang-Chi
Oh, wow.
somehow. Some people think this is gonna lead into Shang-Chi, whatever. Shang-Chi.
I'm excited for Shang-Chi not just because, I want to see some kung fu. Like, I want to see some actual martial arts in this bitch. I mean, there's martial arts in this, but like, I want fight scenes with very few cuts where they're actually just like, those are always the best.
Uh-huh.
Like hand to hand stuff.
Yeah, I feel you.
Very
As far as the rest of this show goes,
Oops.
I don't know, but I'm kind of ready for it to end. I think I like WandaVision a little more than the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Really? I like this one more.
I don't know. Maybe because WandaVision ended, so that makes me happy. But
Look it over.
I don't like not knowing what's going on. And
Like WandaVision.
as evidenced by this episode where I have so many questions that are not going to be answered, I'm just like, let's just stop. Let's just end it. Let's give me the last 2 episodes this week. I'm not waiting another week to finish this show.
We're going to break into Kevin Feige's house. No, we don't need to break into his house. We need to break into the head writer's house, Malcolm Spellman. We're gonna break into his house. He probably lives in Atlanta. He's Black and a writer. Be like, run us that script. Run us those scripts, Malcolm. Thank you very much.
Please give us a role as well in something.
Yeah, the reason I like this one better than WandaVision is because it's more, I feel like it's more fleshed out, you know. And I like espionage spy. It's not really espionage. I like the more like intricate political type shit. That's why I like the Captain America movies the best and Iron Man 1.
The Captain America movies I love, but
You're just mad at this one.
I'm mad. I'm mad now. I'm not having a great week. I'm in a bad mood. And I'm taking it out on the show.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, I've been excited for it, and obviously I love seeing Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie on my screen. But I'm ready to have some answers. And we're now at episode 5, and they still don't have the shield back, and I need them to get it back.
But here's the thing. Okay, is the John beatdown going to be worth waiting 4 episodes for the shield? Because I think it might be.
It'll be worth it just because we have 4 episodes of building hate towards him. So when he finally gets his ass beat, we're gonna be like, finally, thank you.
I think I could have taken an ass beating as soon as he came on the screen. They show up in that locker room. I probably would just still cheered.
The second he decided to put on that uniform, become Captain America, he was just an enemy in my head that I needed them to get rid of, and he's still here, and that makes me mad.
Yeah. So, oh man, I can't wait for him to get his ass beat. I hope it's not a draw and he runs away. I really just hope he gets choked the fuck out by Bucky.
But do you want him to get killed, or like, how do you think?
I don't want him to go to prison. Just throw his ass in jail.
Why would I guess he'd be in trouble for murdering that man.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 out of jail.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this series is gonna end. I'm ready for it to end. I'm ready to get to Loki. I'm so excited for Loki.
That one's gonna really get on my nerves, bro. That one's gonna F with me. That one's gonna.
Also, I wish the Black Widow movie would have just come out last year when it was supposed to, because at this point, I don't want
it. Yeah, I feel that. I wish people hadn't started eating bats.
And on that note, this has been another episode of CamSquared. We were very messy today, but hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.